Ooh, Jack's trying to get rank 1. He's one game off. What I checked earlier today, Jack, it was TRK, Khaled, Moxie, I believe. So yeah, Jack's climbing. Now where's Joyo? I think he got into the top 40, which is around about, yeah, Toxic's like 41. I don't know if Toxic's full sweating in ranked or if he's practicing. Same with Razier's, like players like Razier's, Toxic. Not sure if they're full sweating for like rank points or if they're trying to like grind stuff that they're not good at. Kind of 50-50 for like the really active ones players. You know, guys like TRK, Jack, and Khaled, of course, Moxie as well. I mean, they're just beasts. So I mean, they just grind new mechanics and still climb. But some other players, like I'd say Razier's, Toxic, kind of in that category of players. Like when they're working on new stuff, they tend to fall off a little bit. I know that they can get much higher rating if they want it. There he is, Joyo 59. He's up there with like he's up there with Lion Blaze, Davoof. He's up there with some pretty good ones players around him. Where's Yan now in my tier list? Yan is S tier. Yeah, he's S tier. He beat Rawas, he beat Fahad, he took TRK to 1 goal. Who else did he beat? Yeah, he beat Fahad, he beat Rawas, beat Razebull, beat CRR. Maybe he's not S tier, maybe Yan's A. But he's definitely like top of A at the worst. I'll put, yeah, maybe S tier's a bit much. I'll put Yan A. Because the reason I wouldn't put him S is because I've not seen him play like best of 5s or best of 7s much. TRK is number 1. Yeah, TRK is the best player in 1s right now. I talked to Khaled about this. I said this in my YouTube video today. But I spoke to Khaled at Gamers8. I spoke to him. And yeah, a couple of interesting things about Khaled. Number 1, the dude speaks perfect English, like absolutely perfect English. So our conversation went something like me saying, "Hey Khaled, what's up?" He's like, "Hi Johnny." Then I said, "Oh yeah, so I knew TRK was going to play, but a lot of people thought you would play the 1v1. What's the reason for TRK playing, so I can tell people?" Because I figured TRK would play just because he's beaten Khaled in a show match recently and taken rank 1. But yeah, Khaled told me that the reason that TRK plays is number 1 because Khaled thinks TRK is the best 1v1 player in the world, and number 2 because TRK is a lot better at best of 1s than Khaled is. Khaled doesn't think he's very good at best of 1s. He thinks that if he plays one game, he's more likely to lose it than TRK is. Even if, you know, they're quite close in best of 5, he thinks that TRK is much better in best of 1. But yeah, Khaled explained all this to me and a bunch of other stuff. And then I told him, like, mate, your English is really good. You could actually do an English interview easily. And the Khaled he's saying, no, maybe writing, but not speaking too difficult. And I'm like, I mean, you just answered the question right there. Like, how am I supposed to persuade you that you could do an English interview if you're already answering questions? But yeah, he genuinely could. Khaled's English is like perfect. He speaks perfect English. So yeah, hopefully he gets a bit more confident with it, because yeah, he's very nervous. They all get very nervous, in fact. I mean, people might be surprised to find out, but the Falcons boys get super nervous before they play. Which is pretty ridiculous, because actually when they play, they're one of the iciest teams. They kind of like threw a little bit against Furia in the semi-final, but Furia played really well. I don't think there's really any shame in losing that one. Furia were really good. TRK versus Yan show match. I would love to see that. Yeah, I would love to see it. Did I see Jesse? I did. I saw Jesse. I didn't see him in person when he had the Thobe on. I didn't see Jesse or Scrub in the Thobes. But I did see Jesse a couple times. I was chatting with him. How was being the most famous person in KSA? It was really quite surprising, I'm not going to lie. I didn't think that so many people in Saudi were going to know who I was. So many people at Gamers8. But it looked like, from what I saw, the crowd at Gamers8 were actually big Rocket League fans. It seemed like a lot of them were big Rocket League fans. Yeah, they knew everybody. Give you some fun stories from fan interactions. Yeah, Well, not a fan interaction, but one of my favorite interactions while we were in this big boulevard at Gamers8. They like built this, you know, huge complex of shops and I don't know, activities. Like there was so many crazy things in the area, like right outside the venue that Gamers8 was taking place. They had like a fake Squid Game. You can actually just go and play real life Squid Game, except it's not real, of course. Then there was also Crystal Maze. There was like go-karting, so many different go-karting places. They love go-karting. There was a cinema. There was like football games you could go play, like real football games where you go and like try and do challenges. Stumpy and Cole did one. They were both terrible, but I didn't even try because I had like moccasins on, so I couldn't even do it. Yeah, yeah, they had a mock-up of Times Square, that's true. It's like, yeah, mall/open amusement park kind of thing. Very, very cool. It was super, super cool. But my favorite part about the whole thing is they have these giant fans outside that blew mist at you, like cold, moist air. And yeah, they were necessary because even at midnight, it's still like 40 degrees. It's so warm. So when you're walking about outside, and then these like giant fans are just blowing mist at you, or moist, I should say, at you. Yeah, it feels pretty good. Not gonna lie. You think Jan is the best ones player and threes player? The game he lost against TRK, he lost all kickoffs and scored 3 kickoff goals, and the game was tied close. Plus Falcons never picked 1v1 again. They knew if kickoffs were neutral, it would have been way harder for TRK. I mean, if you can call Jan the best ones player in the world because he lost a couple kickoff goals, then that is a bit of a stretch, my friend. What are you talking about? Even if Jan did beat TRK, I don't think you could call him the best 1v1 player in the world, because we started off this tournament with Jan being such an unknown when it comes to 1v1. TRK, not an unknown. TRK was a known monster in ones going into this tournament, and we all knew TRK was S tier already. We found out Jan was, you know, up there at this event, but we've never seen Jan against world-class competition in like best of 7s or 5s or tournaments, as far as I know. I've not seen him win a tournament. I've not seen him beat any S tier players in a show match. TRK's definitely better at 1v1. Like, kickoffs are a part of 1v1. Like, just because TRK won a bunch of kickoffs doesn't mean, it doesn't discredit his win. Like, we should be so past those days. I can't believe I still see people say this in 2022. Like, that's madness to me. TRK had a better kickoff, so he scored kickoff goals. Jan didn't adapt. That's his bad. The reason that Falcons picked 2v2 is because I think they were, like, Ahmad Khalid lost the 2v2 that they played. So TRK was going to be playing game 6, so they pretty much just let TRK decide, what do you want to do, 2s or 1s? And he said, let's do 2s, me and Khalid. Because they fancied their chances trying to do a counter-punching strategy against Jan and Card, hoping Jan and Card would overextend and they could just win that. But Jan and Card played really, really well. Like, full credit to them. They just deserved the win that day. So, yeah. Jan was just a monster. Ahmad Khalid, wrong decision in the first 2v2. I wouldn't say it was a wrong decision, because Ahmad and Khalid played the 2v2 the day before that, and they did win. They beat Razir's Parka. So the last time Ahmad Khalid played 2s, they won it. They were probably practicing 2s the night before. TRK was probably practicing 1s the night before. So I think that's why they split it. They were kind of splitting up the tasks. A lot of teams did that. It seemed to work quite well. So I wouldn't say it was a mistake. I mean, TRK and Khalid, Ahmad and Khalid, when they played 2s, they lost 2-0, I think. Yeah, they lost 2-0 to Card and Jan. And then the next 3v3 they lost 1-0, and the last 3v3 they lost in overtime. I mean, it was a very close series. Very close series. Jan is not, I think Jan's not in KSA. I think he's gone back to Brazil. Hopefully we can get him 1v1ing at Worlds, so that would be pretty cool. Does Furia winning Gamers8 affect my ranking heading into Worlds? Absolutely. A lot of people are discrediting Furia's win because it was crew battles. They're saying that 3v3s don't matter because it's crew battle 3s. I think that's nonsense. I think it does matter. Also, I think that the fact they've won a tournament now Shows that they're over that kind of like mental block of getting there, which Falcons aren't quite yet over. You know, they straight up like looked insane in every game mode. Kaio was nuts. Card was nuts. Yan was easily top 3 in the world. So I think, yeah, Furia is going to be a contender at Worlds, no question about it. It's hard for Khaled to shine when he's forced to be defensive. I thought Khaled did fine. I mean, guys, Falcons lost in Game 7 overtime against Furia. Game 7 overtime. And then Furia swept the finals. Like, Falcons were clearly the second best team of the event. I don't think you need to really worry about them. I think they were fine. Yeah, Vatira, Yan, TRK is my top 3. Probably in the order of TRK, Vatira, Yan, in my opinion. I'd say TRK, Vatira, Yan, top 3. OSM tweet? What's OSM tweeted? Hold on. Oh, he is retiring from coaching and actively pursuing Rocket League as professional player. That's cool. He clickbaited us all. But I did predict that. He's retiring from coaching and actively pursuing Rocket League as a professional player. That's sick. That's great clickbait as well. Well done, OSM. Well done. That's sick, though. Yeah, OSM must have like really, really enjoyed playing at Gamers8, huh? Full Soup, thanks to the 40-month tier 1. Welcome back to the channel. Which region would I say is the best and why is it not NA? Colonia, thanks for the 45-month prime as well. If I was to say yeah, I mean, obviously, if the best 3 players in the world are from EU, Vatira, not NA, sorry, Middle East, TRK, and South America, Yan, then it leads me to believe that the best regions are EU, ME, and SAM. No particular order. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, really. Another show match now. No other show match tonight. I'm gonna probably do one tomorrow. Yeah, I think OSM still lives in Iceland. Yeah, no, I put OSM in D tier and now he's going pro. Does TRK yelling at Cameraman? No, what do you mean? Did TRK yell at a Cameraman for getting too close on stage, or was he just like getting hyped when they won? Cameraman got too close and he was mad? No way. Calling out the Cameraman? I don't even know how to find that clip. Is it on Reddit or something? Is there a clip of that? It was during the 1v1? Wait, 1v1 with Yan? He literally said, come play for me, really? Diva moment? It's not being a diva if a cameraman's like in your face while you're playing 1v1. How is that a diva moment, man? What are you talking about? Like, the cameraman should not be like affecting someone. A cameraman on stage should not be something a player notices when he's playing. Like, they should not be invading your space to the point where you're like, why is the cameraman so close? Why you know? So yeah, no shot is the player to blame there. Under the TRK okay tweet. But yeah, it'd be a lot of people saying, why didn't Falcons pick 1v1? Listen, picking 1v1 on match point is pretty scary. I don't think many people are picking 1v1 on match point. I don't think many people are doing that. Plus, they probably saw Yan card in 2s and thought, yeah, we could beat that. Which, you know, they probably could. They just got outplayed. I'm trying to find the video. Oh, wait, here it is. Hold on. Wait, I think I found it. Let's see what he's saying. He's motioning for him to come play. You want to play for me? No way. Ahmad's like, bro, back up a little bit, please. He later apologized. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he wasn't trying to be mean, man. Like, this is the thing. Like, in these moments, you're probably going to be pretty, like, you know, you're playing 1v1 against Yan. I don't know what the score is. It looks like it's 1-1 or something. Half the game to go. I can't really read that. Yeah, 2-1. TRK equalizes 2-2. So it's a really tense game. You've just played half of the 1v1 game and it's 2 each. You've probably been like, anytime it's 2-2, there's probably been a lot of saves and a lot of fighting for the ball. And then he's like, you want to play for me? Because it's probably not because of this moment when the cameraman's in front of him. I don't know if the cameraman was around the back of the stage behind them, but the cameraman did get very close. They did get very close to like controllers and like behind players and all around them. And I don't know if you need that. I mean, the camera can zoom in. You don't need to walk up close. So that's probably something that he was talking about. You want to come play? Do you want to play for me? Yeah, they did mess up the filming sometimes, where like somebody would be playing a 1v1 and instead of filming the person playing the 1v1, they just like show the screen of someone else, one of the teammates in free play. You're like, why are they showing that? Yeah, Khaled is laughing. They kept showing like the wrong screens. They did a pretty good job. Listen, the production had some hiccups with like showing the wrong logos or like showing the wrong screens. They covered the boost, but on the last day they changed the covering of the boost, and you know, I'm sure they're gonna keep improving that if they do another one of these. Overall, I think the production was pretty sick. Showing Card's Facebook. Wait, really? They didn't show Card's Facebook, did they? Live Mr. likes to tier 1. I appreciate that. The random shots were annoying. I don't think so. I think it's fine. Once they like put the picture-in-picture above the boost, I really liked it. When it was over the boost, I didn't like it that much because I want to see the boost. Also, yeah, they could have probably showed replays. Like, you know, if there's a winning goal, you cut to the reaction of the team and then you cut back to the replay, then you show the team again. Like, I think that's the way to do it. I don't think you just like cut from the game to the team and stay on the team without showing the replay. I think it's kind of important to go, okay, team immediate reaction, replay, back to the followed reaction. Or just, you know, do a picture-in-picture reaction followed by full screen reaction once the replay's over. I think there's, you know, a couple of options there, but yeah, I don't think that changing the screen immediately is the way to do it. But yeah, oh man, I don't think I've actually said it on stream, but we said it a bunch on the I said it a bunch on the live stream at the event. But yeah, all of the Riyadh locals are so nice, man. I didn't get around to saying it because I got distracted, but one time we went to get shawarma in the big food. They had a really big outside like food court area with a bunch of like street food and takeaway options that were, none of them were Western options. They were all like, you know, local food. So I was really excited about that. Excited to get some shawarma wraps. Some of the American casters hadn't had it. I don't think Jorby had shawarma before, or Stax. They both loved it, of course, because it's shawarma. And yeah, we queued up to get shawarma, like 8 of us. Like we were there with our guide, or our talent manager, who spoke Arabic. And the people in front of us who we didn't know who they were, they didn't know who we were, they just saw that we were foreigners. They just told us to go first, and we were like, what? No, you guys were here first, you guys go first. And then they just left the queue. They were like, nope, you guys go first, and they got out of the queue to go to the back. We were like, what are we supposed to do? So we were like, no, go back. We left their space. We're telling them to go back, and then they just didn't. And somebody else like came along, saw the gap in the queue, and thought, I'm gonna queue up for that. Got in, and then they were yelling at that person to tell that person to get out of the queue and let us go first as well. We were like, no, what is going on? We didn't want this. But the other person was like, oh yeah, you guys are foreigners. Yeah, you go first. They're all trying to make us go first, all of them. We were like, no, we don't want to go first. There's like 8 of us. So yeah, we went first, and then one of the Arabic casters who was there with us, his name's Turki. He told us, or we asked, he told us the portions are very small, the wraps are very small, like the shawarma wraps. It's kind of like it's just a wrap, but it's really, really nice chicken shawarma. He said that they were fancy. No, not fancy. I mean, Turki. He's one of the casters. I don't know his IGN, but I followed him on Twitter the other day. Maybe I can find him. Yeah, he was showing us around sometimes, and he said that the portions are small. You need to order each minimum 5. Minimum 5, he said. Yeah, this guy is like, you need to get 5 each. We're like, what? 5? There's no shot we need 5 shawarma wraps each. Bro, what are you talking about? And then we were like, okay, right, listen. We'll go for like 3 each, and then we'll get some extras, and we'll see what happens. But you know what? He might have actually been right, because these wraps were not small. They were like at least like, I don't know, like this long. They were like, you know, they were like at least like 8 to 10 bites to finish these, like full mouth bites. But I wasn't even hungry when we went there. I wasn't hungry. I'd eaten all day, and yeah, still ate like 3 of them. Still ate like 3 wraps. I could have kept going, but I was like, I gotta stop myself. They're too nice. I'm just gonna stop though, because I shouldn't be eating this much. I'm like on 4k calories for the day, but the food's just too good inside. I couldn't stop myself. I woke up the next morning. I wasn't even hungry for breakfast. I slept in and I still wasn't hungry because we ate so many shawarma wraps. Turkey had 8. He told us he had 8 of them. We asked how many you have. He said, I have 8. I have eaten 8. We're like, this guy's, he's a monster. He had 8 wraps. You can't stop him. He just keeps going. Yeah, he was really fun. It was really funny. Another day, we wanted to do like the traditional, well, actually it wasn't even our idea. We just asked our talent manager, who's from Lebanon. We asked him like, what would you recommend? What should we do while we're here? What should we just, you know, experience after we finished one day? I think it was the first day, the rehearsal day before the event. And they said, do you guys want to go get traditional, like, you know, Saudi Arabia, sit on the floor, traditional food? And we all thought, yes, that sounds amazing. So they found a place. I think it was Turkey again. I think Turkey found the place. And he walked in. He was talking to the person at the door in Arabic. And then we're all like waiting outside, waiting to go in. And then he comes back out again. And we're like, what's happening? He walked out. He went back to the van. And then the owner comes out after him speaking in Arabic. We're thinking, what is going on? Why is Turkey gone in, then left, and then the owner's coming after him, and then they talk Arabic a little bit. We all go in. We found out later that was him like haggling. He was negotiating like how much we're gonna pay. Apparently it was supposed to be 150 riyal per person, and the riyal is like, I think 5 riyals for every dollar. So let's say $30 each, which is pretty good for like a full like massive meal. And Turkey got it negotiated down to 90 per person. He got a 40% discount. He's just like, nah, bro. Now we're not paying 150 riyals per person. 90. We're like, wow, this guy's a monster. 3.75 riyal for USD. Okay, the way no, 5 is wrong. Yeah, I meant to go down, not up. It's 4.5 riyals for the pound, and I went the wrong way. So it's 3.75. You're right. Yeah, I know that all the Americans were just dividing the price by 4. I was dividing it by 4.5 for pounds. But yeah, I got to give a massive shout out to Turkey. I'll find his Twitter if you guys want to follow the goat, the guy who led us to many great meals. There he is. That's his @ in chat. That you'll have to look him up on Twitter though. I don't think that's his Twitch. Was he the dude on stage? No, the dude on stage was Fancy, who he's really awesome as well. I had a chance to talk to him. Yeah, he's really cool. All the Arabic casters are really cool. I mean, I was telling this to ESL, but I think for a lot of games, because Gamers8 are covering Rocket League and then 5 other games as well. But I think for a lot of games, you need to have 2 separate, like, green rooms, two different talent lounges for the casters to chill in. One for the English broadcast, one for the Arabic broadcast. But for Rocket League, that would really not be necessary. Like all of the Arabic casters, I mean, I knew a few of them before I went out there, and we met all of them while we were there. They're all really awesome people. Like they could have put us all in the same room. We would have been cool. Like the Rocket League people, the Arabic casters, the English casters, we got along really well. I think it's mostly like other games casters are not always as good friends as Rocket League casters are. Like I think we really have like the best community. I'm not saying we're the best. Like there's a lot of very talented casters from other esports, but when it comes to like community, like being a team, I think Rocket League's the best. Like we literally all get along so well. So yeah, we saw plenty of them. Yeah, I spoke to Raven. I spoke to Waji. Spoke to Nawiz a bunch. Spoke to them all. Why would they not get along in other games? Well, they just don't know each other in other games. They just don't know each other at all. So like when we go to these events, like I already know, I've spoken to Nawiz a bunch. I've spoken to a bunch of the Arabic casters a few times here and there. But yeah, Rocket League is like the game where the Middle East community is just really close to the rest, like the rest of the world community, the European community, the SAM community, the NA community is just like one big family pretty much. Yeah, I was really excited to go. I didn't know that I was going until very late, so that's why I didn't like make it public or anything, because I didn't get my flight details until like right before leaving pretty much. It's Raven your paparazzi. I think he was the guy who put me on a Snapchat story, and yeah, T-Bates thought it was just some random guy like paparazziing me, but nah, I think it was the Arabic casters who just put me on their Snapchat story. Yeah, the thing that I did know going to this event is that I mean I talked to a bunch of the players about going, and they were telling me like, oh bro, you got loads of fans in Saudi Arabia. I was like, I don't know if I believe that, but cool. I listen, it's cool if I do, cool if I don't. I don't you know, I don't need to be guaranteed that I'm gonna have a lot of fans in a place to go there. It's like it's whatever. Yeah, Fancy did really well translating, I heard. He's awesome. But yeah, I didn't expect there to be that many people who knew me in Riyadh. Fans chanting my name louder than the players. Listen, the fans were chanting the players' names just as loud. Like there was so much support for F16. There was so much support for Falcons. What was my reaction to the crowd chanting? I didn't expect that. Listen, we walked in the middle of a game. Like, I knew that if I walked in during a break, there would be a lot of people, but we walked in the middle of a game. We're trying to like sneak in and watch. The crowd were like, nah, you're not sneaking in, bro. Everyone just walked past the group to see you. We see a group here, Johnny. Listen, I saw a lot of love for a lot of the players too. The Falcons were getting mobbed. F16 had their org there. They were all getting a ton of interaction. But yeah, I knew I had a lot of viewers in Saudi, because if I go to, I'm actually going to look at my YouTube analytics right now. So if I go to my lifetime YouTube analytics and I go to audience, where is it again? Audience location. I swear I think Saudi Arabia is my 5th most common location that people are from, but I can't find it right now. They keep changing it's so annoying. The YouTube like studio is really inconsistent. Like it just changes all the time. I don't know how to work it. Have I met in Civic? No, I have not met in Civic. I didn't get a chance to meet him. I was too busy. If they host a bear, how do you think they could advertise a bear? Probably like through like influencers and stuff. Like content is usually the best advertisement. I help the regions to deserve the love. I tried. I would have kept going. If Mina's still not in RLCS, I'm still pushing Mina. I'm not going to stop though. Like a lot of people probably like thought, okay, Mina's in RLCS, that's it, game over, or that's it, you know, job done. I don't really look at it that way, because I really wanted to go to Riyadh for this event to, you know, just show support for the players, show support for the team, show support for the community, because I know if I don't go, then they're just going to be sad. So I was like, I was really excited to go. Oh, I found it. Top geographies. So my most viewed location is USA, 40%, UK, 14%, Germany, Canada, actually Netherlands, Australia, then Saudi. For the past, like, for the lifetime of my channel, I have more views from Saudi Arabia than France. More than Brazil. You know, it's a lot. But if I go, let's see, like, 2022. Just the first half of this year. Yeah, Saudi Arabia is number 5. So Saudi Arabia now, like, since I've started featuring Saudi Arabian players, it accounts for more than 4% of my views. More than 4%. For a country like with as small of a population as Saudi Arabia has, that's pretty crazy. I get more views from Saudi Arabia than Netherlands, Australia, France. So I knew that, and that's 2022. I wonder if 2021 is the same. Yeah, 2021 it was actually number 4. And 2021 I had more views from Saudi Arabia than Germany. That's wild to me. That's so wild. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the reason I knew that I had like viewers from Saudi Arabia, but I didn't know I had like so many people coming to events who know me. There, I thought they were just going to be like going to to watch the team. So yeah, it was an honor. It was an honor to be there. Yeah, I'll change the title to AMA just so people aren't confused, but I'm actually going to go offline in like 5 minutes, so not really much of an AMA either. Saudi has 9 million more people in Australia. Yeah, it's not a small country, but I mean it's less people than, isn't it less people in like Spain? Less people in Italy? Less in UK and France, Germany definitely. For like a big country, it's quite sparsely populated. Any cultural shocks? Yes, I think the main cultural shocks was actually how wrong Google is about Saudi Arabia. Because if you Google in Saudi Arabia, what can male tourists wear in Saudi? Because I did this before I went there. I was like looking up like, what are you supposed to wear? If you Google what are you supposed to wear as a man in Saudi Arabia, it will tell you long, loose trousers, loose shirt that covers your shoulders, and your like this kind of answer. It'll tell you definitely don't wear any jewelry that's feminine, and yeah, that kind of thing. But actually going there, like, it was funny. I didn't take any shorts with me because Google says don't wear shorts in Saudi Arabia. That's a big no. And then I was sitting on the plane to go to Riyadh, and there was a local from Saudi like sitting beside me, and I just asked him like, bro, so Google says not to wear shorts and I didn't take any, is that accurate? And he was like, you can wear shorts, man, what are you talking about? He was like laughing, he couldn't stop laughing. I told him some other stuff. I was like, oh yeah, good, you know, it also says this, and like, yeah, some people have told me this and that, and he's like, oh no, man, oh no, like, nah, you're actually, yeah, you're being misled, bro. I was fine though, because I brought some like really thin, I brought like multiple pairs of really thin chinos, so they were probably better, to be honest, because if I wear shorts I'm just gonna boil in the sun and be freezing in air-conditioned rooms inside. So I was pretty happy with my choice of clothing, but I knew some other people were kind of annoyed because they only took like thick jeans and they were like sweating bad or just getting like, they were boiling. So yeah, you could wear shorts. Another thing is, I was talking to my real life friends about going, and one of the biggest questions a lot of people had is about like the covering of faces, because a lot of women in the Middle East and Saudi Arabia especially cover their whole face apart from their eyes. But from what I can see walking around there, it seems to be entirely optional, because about most of the young people, definitely at least half of the young people that we see, they just wear whatever they want. Not like whatever they want in the way that you do see people in the West. Like, I come back to Scotland, I'm like, what are people wearing, man? Why am I seeing families and like, it's like you told these people, oh yeah, just see how like little you can wear, because that's apparently something that people do at airports now. Just wear basically nothing. I'm kind of embarrassed. Like, I come here, I'm like, what are people doing? People are just like totally shameless with what they're wearing out here. But what I mean by, you know, wear what they want is like, they don't, in Saudi now, it looks like the young people, like, they wear a face covering if they want to, or not if they want to. So yeah, I that was most of the culture shocks was like, I thought this would be more strict than it is. I thought that I didn't expect people to be so nice. People were just ridiculously nice. I've genuinely never felt safer while abroad in any country. Truth be told, never felt safer. Everybody was very chill, very like welcoming, very hospitable, super respectful. Didn't see anyone like there was a ton of people in the main boulevard that we were at. So many people. I didn't see a single person upset. I didn't see a single person like annoyed. I didn't see a single person causing any problems. Everybody was just chilling, like having a good time. Also, apparently 45 degrees when it's not humid is like more livable than the UK. Like, I come back to Scotland, it's 30 degrees. I'm like, this feels hotter than 45 in Saudi, because when you sweat in Scotland, the sweat just like sits on your arm, it doesn't evaporate. But if you sweat in Saudi, it just immediately, boom, evaporate, it's gone. So yeah, it was actually fine. Didn't go outside a lot in the sunshine though, because the sun's deadly, it's lethal out there. So I was just like staying inside till the sun sets, then go outside at night, because it's still going to be like 45 degrees anyway. Didn't you mostly interact with Rocket League people though? Not at all. Nah, most of the interactions we would have, well, it depends what you mean by interact. Like, we were in a really like big boulevard, which is like basically an outside mall, like theme park area. So there was hundreds, thousands of people that I don't know, and that don't know me. And you know, usually if you're in a theme park in the UK or I've been to like Disneyland Paris before. You'll just like see people pushing, like, you know, you'll see like, I don't know, people being jerks. But yeah, everybody was just chill, hanging out. Yeah, I mean, a lot's changed in Saudi Arabia recently, because in restaurants now it's just the same as in the West. There's just restaurants that everybody goes into. But I think like even as recent as 4 years ago, there would have been 2 separate entrances for restaurants, one for women, one for men, and both the men and the women would sit in different areas because it's a heavily segregated country. But it seems like that's changing pretty rapidly, because if it's only like 2019 that law changed and now we go there and it doesn't seem like there's much segregation in the main city, Riyadh, then it must be progressing. It must be changing pretty quickly. Was it windy? Yeah. The wind was like warm. The wind was hot.